welcome to the standing strength class. Hopefully you've got your weights or your tins at the ready. First of all, we need to start off with our warm-up. Always make sure we warm up, get our body ready for the exercise that we're about to undertake. So we're just going to start by marching on the spot. If those legs aren't cooperating too much, you can just keep the feet on the floor and just raise the heels up off the floor. So we want to build our heart rate, get the blood circulating to all those muscles, get nice fresh oxygen to them so they're ready for the task ahead. So a few more marching, and then we're going to step out to the side and then to the other side, okay? So out we go, so out to the side and back to the other side. If you're able to get those arms going, the more of the body that we use in our exercise, the harder our heart works, the more our blood has to circulate, and we also burn more calories. One more to each side. Okay, we're going to stand with our feet apart and we're just going to reach across, twisting the body. Get those hands coming across our body. Couple more. Okay, stay in this position. We're just going to lunge side to side. We don't want our knees coming too far over our feet. They should be roughly in line with the ends of your toes. Okay, this time we're going to go, hold it to the one side. With our arm, we're going to reach up and over and back. Two more. And then to the other side. So up and over and back. Couple more. Okay, good. This time we're going to stand with our feet about hip width apart, just reaching up to the ceiling. Okay, 2 more. Good. Okay, give those shoulders a circle. Okay, pick those weights up and we're ready to go. So we're going to stand with our feet just about hip width apart, okay? Now remember, when we're standing and we're supporting ourselves in standing, we should have soft knees, okay? I don't want you locking those knees back, so soft, relaxed knees, okay? And we're just going to start with some bicep curls, all right? So hands facing forwards or palms facing forwards, elbows locked into the side. We're just going to bend at the elbow and bringing the weight towards our shoulder, okay? So we're going to go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's nice and controlled on the way up and on the way down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, and from here we're going to bring our weights to our shoulders. Okay, again we're keeping the elbows in towards us, we don't want them out here, and we're going to reach up to the ceiling. Now you can go alternate arms like that, or you can go both at the same time, okay, whatever you are comfortable with. If we're going to go alternate, you'll do 1 set on each arm. If you do both, obviously we'll do 2 sets. So we're going to go up for 10. 1, 2, 3. Remember, pull those tummies in. Don't forget to breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down we come. So again, palms facing forward. So what we're going to do is 2 exercises and we're going to alternate just to give the body part a little rest in between. Okay, so arms down, palms facing forwards, and we're going to bicep curl for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then we're going to bring our hands back up to our shoulders for our shoulder press again. Okay, remember, keep those tummies pulled in, soft knees, weight equally distributed over our feet. So up above our heads for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Okay, so this time we are going to move on to the trunk a little bit. So we're going to have our weights down by our side. Keep our feet about hip width apart. Keep those tummies pulled in. We're standing in our imaginary pane of glass, so we're not going to be able to lean forwards or back. We are just going for a straight side bend. Okay, so we're going to reach down to the side and back up. So we're going to do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. Off we go. 1, 2, keep those tummies pulled in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go 10 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, this time you're going to hold your weights onto your chest, so make sure they're actually resting on your chest. I'm going to stand sideways on for this one. So we're going to do an abdominal crunch, okay? So when I say a crunch, we're not bending all the way forwards. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring our rib cage towards our pelvis, okay? So it's only a small area. So to do that, you need to tuck your bottom under and just squeeze the rib cage down to your pelvis, okay? The weights are here to give you a little bit of extra resistance. So it's not a huge movement. We're just really squeezing those tummy muscles. So off we go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So back to our side bends. Okay, so feet about hip width apart, weights down by our side, in that imaginary pane of glass, and a side bend through the first side. Okay, off we go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on to the other side. 1, 2, don't forget, pull those tummies in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Weights back up to our chest. Okay, and we're going to do those crunches again. So, crunching through the middle, tucking that pelvis under. Off we go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. Give yourselves a bit of a stretch up. So rest your hands on, or your weights on your thighs. Just stick your chest out, okay? That'll just give your tummy a little bit of a stretch and those hips a bit of a stretch. Okay, so moving on to some legs. Okay, so what we're going to do is use the weights as resistance against our legs. Obviously, the harder we push down on the weights, the more resistance we're going to apply, okay? So it's up to you how much resistance that you're going to apply. So the first one, we're just going to bring the leg up, trying to get the knee up towards our hip, okay? The weight is resting on my thigh. I'm pushing that weight into the leg so that the leg then has to work against the resistance of the weight as well as my arm. Okay, so if you need to use something to balance, support yourself, that's absolutely fine. You only need one weight for this, so you can put the other one down, that's not a problem. Or if you want to challenge your balance, then go for it, but stay safe. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember that supporting knee should be soft. And 10. Good. And the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, move those weights to the outside of our thighs. We're going to do the same but taking the leg out to the side. So if you're not able to stand and balance and just lift your leg like this, what you can do is step out and step in. Okay, as long as you're using the resistance from the weight, you're going to be working those muscles a bit harder. Okay, so we're going to lift for 10. 1, keep those toes pointing forwards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to swap to the other side. If you're doing it properly, you should feel it in this part of your bottom, okay? You shouldn't feel it on the inside of your leg. If your toes remain pointing forwards, then you're working the correct muscles. Okay, so we're swapping sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, weights back onto the front of our thighs. We're doing a knee lift for 10. Remember, soft supporting leg. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And swapping legs. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Weights on the outside of the legs. So remember, if you're not using weights, you can just use your hands as resistance. Okay, so out to the side. Remember, toes pointing forwards. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, okay. Give those legs a bit of a shake, give your bottom a bit of a wiggle if it needs to. Alright, so the next exercise, we're going to do triceps. Okay, so I'm going to come sideways on for this. So if you can use both weights. If you're worried you might drop one, and if you do, that it might land on your head, then just stick with the one. So you're going to hold your weight in your hand above your head here. And you're going to just bend the elbow so the hands are coming behind your head and back up, okay? There shouldn't be any shoulder movement, so it's not this. Okay, we're going straight up to the ceiling. All right, off we go for 10. 1, 2, 3. Remember, pull those tummies in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, and then we're going to pick up the other weight if you popped it down. And we're going to go for a shoulder raise or a lateral raise. So we're taking our arms out to the side, up to shoulder height and down. Remember, pull those tummies in. Keep those knees nice and soft. Off we go. 1. Keep those shoulders down away from our ears as well. We don't want to be hitching. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. An alternative for the triceps exercise is you could come into a slight lean forwards, get those elbows up behind you, and then just extend the hands behind you. So if you're struggling with getting the hands up over your head here, come into a slight forward lean and extend the hands behind you. Again, keeping the shoulders nice and still. So back to the triceps. So if you're doing it with 2, make sure they're glued together as well. Okay, so arms up above our head and off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring them down and then moving back to the shoulders. Okay, so lateral raise up to shoulder height. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, give those shoulders a wiggle if you need to. Okay, so this time we are going to go for some squats, okay? So feet just about hip width or maybe slightly wider apart, okay? You're going to have your weights by the side. As you squat down, you're going to bring your weights up in front of you, there. Remember, as we squat, we stick our bottoms out as if we're going to sit down onto a chair. Okay, make sure those heels stay on the floor. The weight should be through our heels and not through our toes. Are we ready? Off we go. 1. Squeeze those bottoms as you stand up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Okay, this time we're going to stand with our feet slightly wider apart than hip width. Okay, and we're just going to come side to side. So as we come to one side, we're going to open our arms up, and then we're going to bring them back to the middle, and then we're going to change to the opposite side, okay? So as we go across, we open. As we come to the middle, we close. Off we go. We do 10 to each side. So try and control those weights. Don't let them smack into each other. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're just bringing the weights behind our back and then in front of us. Last one to each side. 10. Good. Okay. Feet back to hip width apart. Weights by our side, and we're going to squat again for 10. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, take those feet out wide again. Start with your weights in front of you. As we go across to the side, we bring them behind, and then as we come back to the middle, we bring them back in front. So across to the middle, across to the middle. So open, close, open, close. Three, 4, 5. So as we open, try and squeeze those shoulder blades at the back, get them to join each other. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, bring those feet back to hip width apart. Okay, we're going to go on to some heel raises. So again, I'm going to come sideways on. So we're just having the weights down by our side, and we're just going to push up onto tiptoes and down. If you need a little bit of support, try and just use the one hand and keep the weight in the other hand, okay? Because it is a balance challenge as well. So we're pushing up onto tiptoes and down. 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're trying to push straight up. We don't want any of this going on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. We're going to do another abdominal one in between this one, okay? And these are probably our last exercises, to be fair. So what we're going to do, bring our weights back to our chest, And where we were crunching straight forward, what we're going to do this time is crunch to the diagonal. So we're going to try and take our left side of our rib cage to our right side. So we're squeezing through the middle and through the side, okay? So cross to the right and then we'll go across to the left, okay? Off we go. 1, 2. So again, it's not a huge movement. Keep those tummies pulled in and you should feel the crunch happen. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. It's a bit of a weird one that, because you're getting the rotation as well as the crunch, but you should feel it to the side that you're crunching to. Okay, back onto heel raises. So arms down by your side, feet about hip width apart, just raising up and down. Okay, off we go. 1, 2, 3. Try not to let those ankles roll over your feet. Keep the control. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And then last one, back to these oblique crunches. Okay, so weights on your chest, and we're going to go across to the right and then across to the left. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tricked you, that's only 5 on each side though. Keep going. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, last 2, 19 and 20. Good, well done. Okay, pop the weights down. So, obviously we need to finish with a cool down as well. Okay, so we're just going to stand with our feet quite wide apart, not too wide that you're going to lose your balance. And we're just going to go side to side, okay? So we're not bouncing, we're just moving through the range side to side. You might feel a little pull in your groin or in the inside of your thigh. That's where we want it. Okay, so this time we're going to hold it to one side. So hold it there, keep yourself upright. So you should feel that stretch on the inside of the leg here. And then we're going to swap sides. And back up to the middle. Okay, so we're going to do a calf stretch. If you want something to lean on, then please do. If not, you can do it just in standing. So one foot in front of the other. Keep your back foot on the floor and just bend the front leg. Okay, make sure both feet are pointing in the same direction. You can do variations with your back toes pointing outwards and pointing inwards, and that just alters the position of the stretch. Okay, good. Okay, this time keep that back foot as it is. Just step the front foot in towards it a little bit. Okay, this time you're going to, again, keep the heel on the floor, but you're going to bend both knees. So you're sinking down through the middle. Again, the weight should be in the back foot. We're stretching the smaller muscle of the two at the back of the calf. Okay, and up. Swap legs. So wide stance, both feet facing forwards, back foot on the floor, keep that heel down and just bend the front knee. Okay, come up. Bring the front foot closer to the back foot, bend both knees, weight through the back foot again for that smaller muscle stretch. Okay, good. All right, hamstring stretch. So if you need to lean against something or sit down, that's fine. We put one leg in front of the other, weight on the back leg, bend that back leg as if you're sitting down. So we're sticking that bottom out to get the nice stretch in the back of the thigh. Okay, you can have your foot flat, or if you want to increase the stretch into the top of the calf, bring your toes up. Okay, swap sides. So one foot in front of the other, weight on the back leg, stick that bottom out as if you're sitting down onto a chair. Try and keep your chest up. We're not folding through our spine, we're just bending at our hips. Okay, and up. Moving on to a quad stretch. So if you need something to support you, please use it. Take the foot up behind you. Keep those knees as close together as you can. Keep your chest up. We're trying to open up through the front of our hips. Try and hold at your ankle rather than your toes as well. And swap legs. So try and hold on the ankle. Keep those knees together. So just come around, show you there. So my knees are level, haven't got one leg out to the side, haven't got one knee pointing forwards. We're trying to keep them parallel, so we really get that stretch down the front of the thigh and into the hips. And relax. Have those legs wide. We're going to reach up with one arm and over to the side. If you don't want to do it with wide legs, you can have it like this and just come down through the side like that, whatever you're comfortable with. We're just trying to get the stretch through here. And swap sides. Don't forget to breathe. And up. Ooh. Okay, so moving on to some arm stretches. So we're just going to take our hands out in front of us and push away, stretching between the shoulder blades there. Just hold it there for a moment. And relax. And then we're going to open our arms up nice and wide, stick our chests out, try and push those hands back, get a nice stretch across the front of our chest. And relax. Tricep stretch, so arm up above our head, take the hand behind our head and use the other hand to just gently push it. And then swap arms. And relax. Finally onto the neck, so sticking in that imaginary pane of glass, we're going to take our ear to our shoulder. Keep those hands down by our side. We're going to rotate the head so the eyes are looking at the shoulder, keeping that side bend on at the same time. Rotate the head back to the middle and bring the head back up to start position, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So ear to shoulder. Remember, we're keeping those shoulders away. We want them going down our back, not up towards our head. From here we're going to rotate our head so our eyes are looking at our shoulder. Rotate back to the middle and up to the start position. Circle those shoulders back a few times. And that's the end of the class. Thank you for joining.